Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Kimberly. Please grab a cup of tea and journal pen if you would like, because what I want to do is share with you what's coming down the pike for Tranquility du Jour the rest of this year. Some fun things. So if you want to take notes, great. If you don't, that's absolutely fine too. But I wanted to invite you into the process and the experience. So, in a recent podcast episode, 625, which released about a month ago, I shared in the podcast quite a few things that were on the horizon, including how January through when I recorded the podcast in July, how it had been going, what had been happening, what experiences had come up, and losses and challenges and joys and delights. So, if you haven't had a chance to listen to that, I'll be sure to link that below and would love to have your thoughts on it. And within that, I also shared, okay, what's on the horizon? And at that point, it was once I got through the Adult Ballet Festival. Well, I'm through it. So I want to share with you what you can expect through the rest of the year. So I've got my notes here. Look at this, you guys. Like the amount of this is these are my projects for the rest of the year. And I just want to make sure that I have them all listed so they stay top of mind because there's so many of these things that we're like, okay, I'll get to that once I'm through all the practicing I need to do for the festival. So, number one that I'm really excited to share is podcast season two. Okay, so season one was 18 and a half years, 624 episodes. And what I'm going to be doing for season two is a limited edition series featuring midlife women interviews with some of my favorite people out there. So excited. And I'm getting those all scheduled, and then we'll start the interviews in September and October, and then they will begin releasing this fall. So stay tuned for season two of the podcast. And again, I can't wait to share this with you. It's going to be a limited edition piece. And so that's kind of what I've recognized that I need to do is start kind of transitioning to more limited edition things versus like doing things for 20 years just because I always have, right? The second thing that I'm really excited about is a 10-piece capsule wardrobe that I am calling the Paris capsule because I'm going to be taking it to Paris in September. I'm going on a writing retreat with Cynthia Morris. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be taking it with me. And I'm also going to be shooting some photos there to highlight it. And it really is this idea of how can I travel with these 10 pieces and create all these different looks. So stay tuned for that. And the pieces are going to be available in just the 95.5, which is like this, the bamboo fabric versus the heavier fabrics this time. So just stay tuned for that. And if there's any piece that you're like, this must be in the 10 piece or I will die, send me an email. Okay. I would love to hear because I'm still finalizing it, although have a pretty good idea. And just so you know, it's like 2 to 3 dresses. It looks like 2 to 3 bottoms and 4 tops and 1 accessory. Okay. And the reason I say 2 to 3 is because some of the pieces can be worn as a dress or a skirt, right? Or they can be worn as a top, meaning full kind of top only, or you can pull it down and then it is also a skirt. So just an idea. Just keep in mind, right? These things that are coming your way. Okay, so the other thing that I'm really excited about is Year of Tranquility course. So many of you know this book, Year of Tranquility. This came out in 2019, and I've never done it as a course other than including it within the Coterie. And when I first created it, it was a course, and that was in 2018. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the process here, the 12 modules, and creating a course around it that is catered to women in midlife. So I was in midlife when I wrote this, but I didn't really realize it. And things have shifted so much since this came out in early 2019. And so look for an updated version of not necessarily the book, but the content of the book in a course. So there's going to be lots of audio, there's going to be a new workbook, things along those lines. So stay tuned, very excited. The other thing that will align with the 10-piece Paris capsule is a embrace your inner Parisian. I'm not sure if that's the name I'm going to keep, but the idea is just like embracing the Paris lifestyle for women in midlife. And it'll be a micro course. So just like 5 little lessons that I think you might enjoy and that I'm going to have a ton of fun creating and pulling together for you. Another small thing is I'm going to bring some of the popular posts from the blog back over onto the website. And I do have a new website. I hope that you're finding everything you need there and that you're enjoying it. And I think my designer Mara did such a beautiful job. But if there's anything you're like, I can't find X, let me know. And the blog, as you may know, has transitioned over to Substack. So I want to get, though, a few of those like old popular posts back onto the blog page on the current website. So just stay tuned for that. That'll be coming and you'll learn about it. I'll be sharing about it in Love Notes. And then the last thing is more tea with K's, right? So here's one. And then I'm also doing the one on taking the stage of your own life, not just for ballet, but I also share my experience with ballet. And then I also am going to do one where I walk you through Substack because I think Substack for a lot of people is newer and just to help you find your way around. And if there's anything that you're like, I need this and a tea with K, I would love to create it for you. So just let me know. So again, these are just a few things I have on the horizon for you this fall through the end of the year. And of course, the Coterie doors will open again in January, but you can join the wait list to be the first to know when it opens in December for the current members. All right. So thank you so much for being here. And I wish you a beautiful launch into this fall season. And I'm just delighted to have you in my life.